It's your boy King Buzz back with those exclusives. Welcome to the channel where we make no excuses. Shout out all artists, engineers, and producers, and I'm back with another video. Y'all know what's going on. Welcome to episode 1 or part 1, however you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. But this is crazy industry stories, man. As y'all know, man, a lot of crazy stuff going on within the music industry. So I just want to hear some of these stories, man. I know it's some crazy stuff that be going on. So let's check it out. I thought it was interesting. Let's see.
I've been here for the past 3 years now. I'm originally from New York. When I moved here, I ended up dabbling into a lifestyle which I was never familiar with.
Where did she
I ended
move?
up being introduced to the music style which I was never familiar with. I ended up being introduced to the music industry, and upon my time being introduced to the music industry,
Where did she move?
So I live in Los Angeles.
Okay,
I've been here
LA.
for the past 3 years now. I'm originally from New York. When I moved here, I ended up dabbling into a lifestyle which I was never familiar with. I ended up being introduced to the music industry. And upon my time being introduced to the music industry and all different types of influencers and celebrities, I seen a lot of wickedness that actually goes on in Hollywood. And with that being said, I have been using my voice to spread awareness to what actually goes. So this is actually my thing. I was raised Christian. Before I moved to LA, I actually began to dabble in New Age spirituality practices. Prior to me making my initial move to LA, God sent a blind pastor all the way from Brazil to come to my mother's house in New York and pray for me, because he said that there was a spirit of death in the home, and if he did not come pray for us, somebody was going to die. On that day, he asked me if I wanted to accept Jesus into my life. And when he asked me that, I wouldn't even have thought that I wasn't living my life by God. At that given moment, he removed that stone rock that I had in my heart, and God fulfilled that void. But the pastor also said, you plan to go somewhere. You plan to go to California. God said that's not your calling. It's not for you to... You are not to go to California because it is not your calling. And you know what I did? I began to doubt God. I literally sat here and told myself, why doesn't God want me to make it? Why doesn't God want me to see me doing better with myself? Why does God want to see me stuck in one place? No, it's because God knew what was to come ahead. It was because God knew that the land of California had been sacrificed for the kingdom of darkness. So now, I get here, and I begin to get introduced to the music industry. Something I had never been familiar with. Everything that they taught me about Disney growing up and music, I'm seeing right in front of my eyes. Nothing is a conspiracy anymore because I'm watching it. All those times where I was transitioning from New York to LA, and people used to tell me, hey, be careful getting invited to those Hollywood mansion parties. You know they be doing sacrifices and this, that, and it got to a point where it would go in one ear and out the other, and I was looking at these people like those conspiracies until I was watching it happen for myself. Until I also had friends that were getting invited to these parties where they couldn't go in without giving in their phone or pricking their blood or signing the NDA disclosure, where they're walking in and doing a bunch of different orgies. But you know what was the last straw for me? The last straw for me was allowing those people who had been doing the devil's work into my home. Celebrities with blue checks, signed by some of your most favorite artists. This is not a joke. I can pull up surveillance video on my camera and show you conversations that have took place behind closed doors. Let me tell you guys something. There is actually a very famous popular meme that's going around that basically says, in LA, you ask a girl what she's doing this weekend, and she says something like, oh, going to Trippie Wright's house. That meme was basically made to show the reality of how regular it is for you to just end up at a celebrity's house on a regular weekend in Los Angeles. And guess what? That was a recruitment home. Basically a recruitment home in a sense of where that is where they recruited all females with lost souls. to invite me there. I've been invited there several times, but I would not go. Because I just already had this feeling in my heart something was not right. And guess what? Every single female that I watched walk in that house has never walked out the same. They ended up getting spiritually turned out, going through all types of spiritual warfare. And to make it even better, let me tell you about this one story that my friend told me. One time she went to Trippie Redd's house. She told me that the feeling that she had encountered while she was in there was something she wouldn't wish on anybody. It was something so demonic. She said that he goes to sleep with red candles lit and demonic chanting music playing at night, and that is the only way he can sleep. They were in this house doing drugs when she began having a bad. And she's the type of girl, she loves to go out. She loves to be around others. She loves to party. She's a social butterfly. But she told me after this experience that she would never go back to that house because she's never experienced something so demonic. And not only that, but for weeks after walking out of that house, she was spiritually affected. Whatever hundreds and thousands of different demonic entities that were living in that home, several of them had walked out with her. And that is a horrible feeling in itself. To walk in somewhere and not come out the same. This is not a joke. Do not sleep on the music that you're sitting there listening to and the celebrities that you're sitting there paying attention to, because the devil holds the key to the music industry. And it is very much wicked. I promise you, it is not something you want to step your foot in, because as fast as you do, you're going to be running back out, just like I did. And not only that, but take my situation as an example. That's why I specifically made that video recently and said, sometimes we put a lot of doubt in God instead of putting our faith in him. And when he tells us, no, we can't have something because it's for our betterment, we begin to doubt him like he doesn't really exist. Like he doesn't have our best interests at heart. But the entire time, he knew what was ahead of you. And he tried to spare you from that. The same way he tried to spare me. But I was too stubborn to listen. So at that point, I had to learn myself. Look where I am now. Again, God sent a blind pastor all the way from Brazil to my mother's house in New York to pray for us in 2019. And I decided to go against God and his word and what he told me. And I still came out here, although he told me specifically not to. So he sat back and watched me learn the hard way. Now we're in 2022. And here I am 3 years later, finally learning and turning my life over to Christ. So I live in Los Angeles.
Damn. That's tough. I mean, you hear the stories all the time about wicked shit, man. And, LA one of them places, man. It's just, I hear the stories a lot. People that live out there, people that visit out there, and they just be like, man, I don't know. LA just, it's different. Like, I just feel like LA is there's like no genuine people. Like, everyone that's out there, they're looking for an opportunity. They're looking to use you or abuse you or whatever, you know what I mean? So that's wicked. Not the kind of video I was thinking it was. I thought we was gonna kind of find out some. I mean, that is about the industry, but yeah. What y'all think, man? I don't know. Like I said, we've been hearing it going on for a while, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I don't listen to certain artists. Like, if your music don't sit right with my soul, I just can't rock with it. I don't know. It's just me, bro. Like, I can't listen to everything. Like, I'm like, this ain't for me. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as I start listening, I know, like, something ain't right about this. This ain't for me. You feel me? Like, Trippie Redd, I got a homie that fuck with Trippie Redd. He be like, bro, Trippie Redd be having the craziest melodies and shit. And it's like, he probably do. I don't fucking know, but that nigga, his music ain't for me. Like, I'm good on that. You know what I mean? So I would never know. I don't know. I don't press play on Trippie Redd's albums or songs, or he just not for me. You feel me? Like, y'all know what type of music I like, man. I like that shit that speak to your soul, man. That shit that motivates you. You know, that shit that, you know, teach you something. I like to be taught. You know what I mean? I like when I'm done listening to an album or a song, like I learned something. That's the type of music I like. I don't like all that unnecessary shit. Niggas just be screaming and mumbling and talking about nothing. Niggas don't be talking about nothing. That ain't the type of music I like. You feel me? So yeah, but I don't know. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. That's interesting, man. That's wicked, man. Like, I don't know, man. Niggas be on weird shit. I ain't with it. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't with it at all. That shit ain't it. Niggas is playing with fire, literally. You feel me? But until next time, man, we'll keep growing, we'll keep going strong. Y'all know what's going on. It's your boy King Buzz, and I'm out of here. Yeah.